Hey, what's up guys? Imran here, Monster Gadgets. I hope you're all having a wonderful day wherever you might be. Thank you so much for joining me. Check out this beautiful tree. Check out this one. It's got like maroon brown on top, green on the bottom, yellow, green. But yeah, it's that time of the year where the weather is changing. It's fall. The part that I love is this stuff. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. The part I don't like is all this, where it gets all wet and rains all day, just kind of yucky. But anyways, today's video, I'm talking to you about my two service visits, one to be done next week, all in a matter of 2 weeks. I've had some recent issues with my Tesla Model 3. One, a nasty, disgusting smell coming from the AC unit. Number two, my spoiler. Number three, my charge port. I'm gonna talk to you about all of them. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Can you guys see that? It's actually cold enough to where, anyways, let's dive into it. All right guys, welcome back. So here is my Model 3 performance. So number one, what I did was I set up an appointment to get my tires rotated. It was due, it was about 4,500 miles. It was due. So I scheduled that through the app and they were gonna come out a week and a half later to do the tire rotation right here in my house. And about 4 days later, I started noticing a nasty smell coming from my AC unit. So of course, first thing I did was check YouTube. A lot of other people have had this issue, but the unique thing about mine was I only have about 8,500 miles on my car. So it's not that old. And 8,500 miles for a filter to get dirty or have other issues, to me, it's kind of weird. So I thought, okay, you know what? Since they're coming out to do my tire rotation anyways, I went ahead and went in my app and put in that it's got a nasty odor coming from the AC unit. What it really smelled like was kind of like wet socks. Like wet socks in the sense that like you leave them somewhere, like in a bag or in your shoes, and they just smell absolutely disgusting when you go to open it. It's nasty. But that smell would only come when I would get in the car to drive it, and only for the first like maybe 2 minutes, and then the smell would go away and it would be fine after that. But that initial 2 minutes, it's almost like you gotta lower your window or hold your breath or breathe through your mouth so you don't actually smell it. It was really nasty. Okay, I'll stop talking about that. So what happened was when the technician came out, he went ahead and did my tire rotation. And he said that for these 2021 models, they have noticed that some of the filters that came originally with the brand new car have some type of defect in it. That's what he told me. So there's nothing wrong with my coils. There's nothing wrong, at least not so far. But all he did was he went ahead and changed my filter to a brand new filter, and the smell basically went away. Now I'm curious to see if the smell comes back or not. But again, I have 8,500 miles on my car right now, and there's no reason for it to smell in any way. So as of right now, that issue has been fixed. So that was my first service appointment. Tire rotation, nasty car smell. So if you do have a newer Tesla, the gentleman told me basically you should need a filter change to about 15 or 30,000 miles, which at that time you might, especially if you live in an area where there's high humidity. That's again what the technician told me. But mine having 8,500 miles should not have it. If you have a newer Tesla, you have that issue with the smell, they actually do cover that up to 12,000 miles. That's what he told me. So known issue, 12,000 miles to cut off. If you're under that, they will actually replace the filter for free. So just keep a nose out for that smell. All right. My issue number two was actually my spoiler. So this obviously came installed from the factory because it's a performance unit. But for some reason, this spoiler started getting a bit loose, meaning in the sense that I could actually like pull this out. So it started coming off from here first towards the edges, and then it started coming out towards the edges here. So same thing here, I would be able to pull it off. And I'll try to put some pictures on the screen here so you guys can see what I sent to Tesla. But right now, this is on and there's absolutely no room. So they went ahead and fixed this for me for free. This service I did have to send out, or I did have to take it out to the service center myself. This was not an in-home appointment, but I was there for about an hour and a half, and they went ahead and fixed this to where now it's tight and I don't have to worry about this part coming off or getting loose. So we'll see how long this actually lasts, but right now it's fixed. Thank you, Tesla, for fixing this. I appreciate it. Now, the last thing, which I have yet to be serviced for, is my charge port. If you remember, when I first took delivery of my car, I looked at my right side here, which this is not a charge port. It's a normal light here, and this is very much flushed. Come to the charge port, this is where it starts to protrude out or stick out a little bit, as you guys can see right here. So originally, when I took delivery of it, if you haven't checked out my video, go check out my video. One of the service advisors actually said this is normal, but since my car was already in service for the spoiler, I went ahead and asked them about this charge port sticking out. They did say that it's normal to a certain extent, but mine is protruding out quite a bit. So this needs to be basically flushed in like the other side, but as you can see, if I let go, it kind of comes out again. So I've got a service appointment set for this Thursday, and that is going to be an in-home appointment. They did say that all they would have to do is replace this charge port, and that should fix the issue, and it should have it more flushed. So if you're seeing this, again, to some extent it is normal, but if it's coming out this much, you probably want to have that fixed, and I'll keep you guys posted. If you aren't following me on Twitter or Instagram, make sure you do so. I will update you on there when service actually comes out. But I am hoping this would be just as flushed as this side and basically not coming out like it currently does. All right, guys, so talked about the spoiler, talked about charge port, talked about the tire rotation and that nasty odor smell. The one thing that I wish that they would have told me when I first took delivery of it, that they could have fixed the charge port issue. Not sure why that happened, why that service advisor told me it was normal, but mine is actually more than normal. When I asked what is normal, meaning like how much should it come out, they really didn't have an answer for me, but I'm hoping that this Thursday they'll go ahead and fix that for me and I will be good to go. So 3 appointments in 2 weeks. Hopefully I won't have any more issues, but so far all of them were covered by Tesla. So not a big deal, just a little bit of inconvenience to actually take it to the service center. Otherwise, they're coming out here to my house to fix it. So can't really complain about that. All right, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.